everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Amanda N, and today I'm here to talk about a pretty old conspiracy, but one that's also kinda made the rounds on TikTok recently as it's been revitalized, and that's selling your soul for fame. So one TikTok user, Do You See What I See 87, posted a video a couple months ago of David Dobrik describing how you have to make a sacrifice in order to make it in Hollywood or as an influencer, just kind of being, classically rich and famous. He told a story about a young woman sobbing, saying that a guy came to her and said he could make her whatever she wanted, a singer, an actress, anything if she sacrificed somebody. The girl allegedly told Dobrik that her mother was willing to sacrifice herself, too.
Be famous, I guess. That's what she wanted to be. And she met somebody who could promise her that. And she met somebody, have you ever heard this?
No.
She met somebody.
This is crazy.
And he was like, I know how to make you famous. And she's like, how? And he's like, we can turn you into anything.
Scientology.
We can turn you, honestly.
It may have been something like that.
We can turn you into a singer, an actor, whatever you want.
MTV's Made.
And yeah, really. I want to be made. And one day he visited her apartment, and he was like in a suit and tie. And I came in, and I saw him in the suit. And then she's like, please leave. And she closed the door on me, so I left. And she came up to my apartment fucking sobbing. And she was like, this guy, please, you cannot repeat this. And for 3 years, I held the story to myself because I thought this guy was going to kill me. They were like, if you ever repeat this, they'll kill me and they'll kill you and they'll kill anybody that you love. And she was sobbing to me, and she's like, there's this guy, he came to me. And he's telling me that, sorry, my headphones were out. Can you hear that?
You just got to get closer to it.
Oh, okay. She was like, this guy came to me, and he's like, I can turn you into anything you want to be, but you have to sacrifice somebody. And I just spoke to my mother, and my mom really supports me, and she's like willing to be sacrificed so I can become like famous. A singer or whatever, famous, whatever. And it was completely serious, and it was really fucking terrifying.
Now, this TikToker could just be joking around, I really hope they are, but their bio just says conspiracy or truth, you decide, with nothing about their account being satire, and her comments are all from people that at least seem to take her seriously, or at the very least think that she believes what she's saying. So the whole sell your soul for fame conspiracy isn't new. I wanted to take a look at where it comes from. The first to have allegedly sold their soul is Theophilus. I'm going to read just a bit of his story now. In the year 538, in the town of Adana in Cilicia, a priest named Theophilus was famous for his liberality to the poor and sympathy with the afflicted. However, jealous, prideful people and evil-minded slanderers spread rumors about Theophilus, rumors that reached the ears of the archdeacon who, in essence, fired him. Theophilus was so upset, he wanted to reveal the truth and expose the liars for who they were, but he realized that, quote, one man is powerless against a multitude, and slander is a hydra, end quote. You can't really kill it. You can't stop it completely. So he visited a necromancer who led him to a crossroads where Satan stood, and Satan promised him a complete clearing of his character and reinstatement in his offices if he just would sign away his soul. Mary rebuked him initially, but apparently forgave Theophilus for his actions. The deed that sold his soul was torn and burned, but 3 days later Theophilus died of a fever. Now he's honored on the 4th of February by the church. Though I've honestly never heard of him having a holiday. This video would have been so perfect for next week on the 4th of February, but we're gonna leave it here. So this is where the story originates, about someone selling their soul. Though it doesn't actually seem to be for fame, but just to get their own life back. Of course, the whole idea of someone actually selling their soul or being involved with necromancers and evil has continued on in many different forms throughout the centuries. One of the very first ever serial killers, Gil de Retz, in the 1400s, who, as it was later revealed was likely innocent, had allegedly sold his soul or at the very least hired an alchemist to help gain his wealth back. You know, the whole turning metal to gold thing. However, he then supposedly turned to necromancy and things of that nature when he was told he'd need to make a sacrifice. So while Theophilus wanted to gain his old life back, sometimes it's been said that people turn to this and sacrifices for wealth's sake, political gain, and things of that nature. As an aside, Gil de Retz was actually exonerated in 1992. I find that whole story really fascinating, but yeah, torturing people to gain a confession, not necessarily gonna gain you a reputable confession. Anyway, it wasn't really until old Hollywood became a thing that the idea of Hollywood actors and actresses doing this for fame grew more common. So in 1941, the movie The Devil and Daniel Webster retold a classic American fable where a famous lawyer comes to defend a farmer who sold their soul to the devil. Similar films have followed in 1946, 1960, two in 1967, and this whole selling soul story, that's a tongue twister, I had to re-record that twice, the whole selling soul story spread. There we go. Though I could be wrong here, it feels like this was largely joked about and just seen as a superstition or a good movie plot, up until around the Satanic Panic, when the idea of deals with the devils and the devil in and of itself was a lot less funny. I say this because even Robert Johnson, a musician that wrote a song called Me and the Devil Blues that's largely known as the beginning of the rock and roll mood, was still buried at a Baptist church when he passed away. He knew his music upset Christian people at the time, but his reverend and others at the time seemed to understand it was just a rumor. And that was in 1911, so I guess 50 years really changed the attitude there. Plus, even though some artists like Mozart and Beethoven were given full credit for their talents, other similar musicians like violinist Paganini were told that they must have made a deal with the devil in order to have such talent. Kinda strange how some people are given credit and some aren't, right? Nowadays, as opposed to traditional celebrities or powerful people, we tend to look at influencers. Charli D'Amelio allegedly had to shut down a conspiracy theory that she sold her soul for TikTok fame, and when she jokingly played along at first, some people believed she was serious. Similar stuff has come up about Bella Poarch and other online celebs as well. It's kind of hilarious to me how we went from selling your soul to commit murder and heinous acts to gaining a TikTok following. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I do think that the whole selling your soul to the devil thing has been taken more seriously after the Satanic Panic, but that's just me. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!